Hello everyone and welcome to your reading for the week of July 5th, 2026 and happy birthday America. This is July 4th. I'm filming this on the 3rd. July 4th is the 250th birthday of the United States, so happy birthday America. So welcome if you are a new viewer, welcome back if you are a regular viewer. My name is Debbie. This is the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. So let's get into some of the things. So before we get into the astrology, and it's a really short astrology that I'm going to give today. So the United States is 250 years old. So we'll break that down. 2 plus 5 plus 0 equals 7. And 7 in numerology. Why this is big, right? Is your connection to your spirituality. And I just want to see what Doreen Virtue says about this, although she's no longer practicing. 7 is you're on the right path and the outcome will exceed your expectations. The number 7 is a sign that divine magic is supporting you and opening doors of opportunity. So this is your connection to your spirituality, to your beliefs, maybe for the spirit of the country or the place that you live in, and what that means to you. So we just had the full moon in Cancer. Mercury has stationed retrograde in, full moon in Capricorn rather, not Cancer. We had the full moon in Capricorn. Mercury has stationed retrograde in Cancer. They are opposing signs on the zodiacal wheel. They are balancing elements. And we just had Jupiter leave Cancer and enter in to Leo. So this week, it's not a week to take action. This is an integrative period, right? As these big shifts are changing. So this is about internal reflection and self-care and maybe processing some deep emotions instead of starting new projects. So Mercury retrograde in Cancer. Cancer is about home and family. So a couple of things could be happening here for some of us. Some old emotions could be rising to the surface, and they don't have to be negative emotions, right? It does not have to be a painful emotional thing. It could be something, memories from the past of friends that you had that just come to the surface. Somebody might come to mind and you go, oh my gosh, I really miss that person. How are they doing? Maybe memories of a first love. And it could be that somebody from your past is trying to make their way back in. So, and it also could be unresolved emotions that we suppress, right? As a society, we suppress our emotions. We don't use the tools given to us. And so that could happen as well. There's a lot of energy shifts here. So give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself and the process. It's a slow process. I mean, Mercury will be retrograding Cancer until July 23rd, but we'll feel it basically through the whole month of July. Jupiter has entered Leo for a full year, a full year. And don't forget, Chiron has entered Taurus, and that's an 8-year cycle. We're not moving fast through anything. We're actually allowing ourselves to get grounded and to figure out what it is that we want and where we're going and where our next steps are. And for so many of our signs, that's going to be really important in these next couple weeks. The decisions you make now could very well make really big changes in your life. So let's go. We're going to go right into it. We're going to go on to Aries. Aries, let's see what the week of July 5th holds for our Aries friends. I am in New Jersey. It is hot. So you might hear the air conditioning kick on. It's over 100 degrees. It's sticky. So, yeah. So everyone be safe out there. Stay cool. Hydrate yourself. I have the lights on for this, and then they will be going off. King of Pentacles came up in the middle as a card that is face up. First card is face down. Aries, on the root of the deck for you is the moon. What lies beneath, right? Again, this Mercury retrograde could be bringing up some things that are underneath the surface that you need to take a look at. And again, it does not have to be negative things. These could be old wishes or dreams that you've had in the past and never worked on, and maybe it's time to bring them to the surface. But let's see where this takes us. Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles, Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. Two major, out of 4 cards, 2 major arcanas. So this is kind of a bit of a split here. Some of these changes, Aries, are going to be, again, catapulting your life into a new direction. Maybe a direction of letting your dreams come to the surface. There is divine guidance. And again, I said 5 and 2 is 7. This is about your spirituality, right? And this is, Virtue talks about divine magic for the number 7. Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy, but there's a guardian angel. This is divine guidance. This is Archangel Gabriel. So where you're going, this is definitely a matter of the heart, though. So it's either following your heart or intuition, or there could be someone in your life either present or coming in. So only you will know that. That's going to help you navigate through that. Now, the Knight of Cups, he is the most romantic card in the tarot as far as I'm concerned. And there's a white horse in the background, just in case if a horse is a symbol for you, and it's a white horse. But there's also, he's got the roses, but there's also a love note here. So what is the love note to yourself, Aries? If you were going to write a love note to yourself, like what would that be? And right in the middle, you have the King of Pentacles, right? You're building, you've already started the foundation for the life that you want. You're becoming, for some of our Aries friends, you're becoming the natural leader, and you're becoming the teacher. You know, showing people around you how you got to where you're at, how you created the world that you have created for yourself. It's because maybe you were not afraid to let your emotions come to the surface. You tuned into your intuition and allowed divine guidance to carry you. You listened to your heart when it spoke to you. And in doing so, you've become the master of your life. This is really nice, Aries. This is a very sweet way to start this reading. I'm really happy about that. So Aries, that is your reading for this week. Just really short and sweet. So yeah, keep going, Aries. Good things are coming your way. And we will move on to Taurus. Hello, Taurus. How are you? Let's see what the week of July 5th holds for Taurus. Yeah. So let me see here. Even the cards are a little slow today, right? They're like, we're taking a break. We're resting. We're slowing down a little bit. So let's see. And one more for Taurus. So again, I pull 3 cards, and then the card on the root of the deck is the 4th card. But if anything else pops out, we always take it. Taurus, on the root of the deck for you, King of Pentacles. We just had that. They're the foundation. And of course, right, this is your king. So the root of your reading is stability. And I did not bring this up in Aries, but you know, there's the wolf there. And if you can see here, there's like a little magic dust floating around. So it could be something about, you know, believing in the magic within yourself. Well, let's see what the cards, oh, look at that. There's 2 cards here. Okay. 3 of Cups, 6 of Wands, Death and Rebirth, Queen of Cups. Very interesting. I'm really getting, and I'll show you these cards. For Taurus, I'm really getting that you're going through a transition. And this Death and Rebirth, I'm not really bothered by this. I'm generally never bothered by it anyway. Some folks are. This feels like, and you have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. These could be balancing divine counterparts, Capricorn and Cancer. And I bring that up because we just had the Capricorn Full Moon, and Mercury is retrograde in Cancer. So I would see where Capricorn and Cancer are out in your chart. This is Scorpio. I would see where Scorpio is at in your chart as well. Taurus, believe it or not, I feel like you're really ready for change. I feel like you're ready to even acknowledge yourself, like what you've been through and what you've built for yourself. And this is, I think, about self. I mean, this could be, Six of Wands is usually about, it's a card of victory. It's about acknowledgement. But I feel like this is more internal, like acknowledging yourself for everything that you've done. For allowing yourself to lean into your intuition and your higher self when that's something that's outside of your wheelhouse. And to realize that the people that matter are your nuclear people. That we don't really need to show up. We need to be here for other people, right? But they are outside. Like you're closing in your circle and only having the trusted people. You're here to celebrate life. And I think you're celebrating in a whole new way. This feels like a little bit of a, the word freedom is coming to mind, but that's not really what, like a little more free-spirited. Maybe you're unearthing yourself, Taurus, like, softening the dirt around the roots and pulling your roots out a little bit and trusting into something higher than yourself. This is sweet. This Queen of Cups, I love her because this is a really, very much like the Temperance card with the Archangel behind. She's receiving divine downloads. So, Taurus, don't be surprised if you start getting a lot of intuitive thoughts and hits. And just take a look at them. If you don't know what they are, that's okay. Place your hand on your heart and take a breath in and exhale out. It will all come to the surface. Everything, all the information that you need will come to you when it's necessary. Probably closer towards the end of the Mercury retrograde, but this could be the beginning point for you. Taurus, that is your reading. And hello, Gemini. Let's see what the cards hold for our Gemini friends. I wish I knew. My screen keeps going dark. I wish I knew how to keep it from going dark. But I do not. So maybe someone can tell me. But Gemini, what does the week of July 4th hold for our Gemini friends? Look at this right away. The sun, the star. Are you kidding me? Two major arcana, like right out of the gate, Gemini. I love this. Two of Pentacles. Card on the root of the deck. King of Swords. Gemini, this is your king. Right? Wisdom and clarity and intuition. And I love when bats show up because it's said that, bats technically are blind in their eyes. They go according to their internal radar, or which I would call your intuition. And we have the owl, so, there's a lot of wisdom behind your journey. And I say behind your journey, so therefore this feels like Gemini, an ancestral thing that's happening. An ancestral awareness that's coming forward. So if you lean into your ancestors or call on your loved ones on the other side and ask them for guidance, and then the crow is here in the present to take that wisdom from your ancestors to guide you forward. And of course we have the dragonfly, right? Dragonflies, I believe, are the oldest, or one of the oldest. I don't know if they're considered insects, but they are from prehistoric times, so that is surviving against all odds. You have the sun now. Everything is starting to light up for you. With the star, it's like your wishes are starting to come true. And you have the Two of Pentacles. So for some of our Gemini friends, you might be going like, wait, is this really happening? Like, can I really believe that this is possible for me? you've gained a lot of wisdom. You're really clear, right? Our air signs are really good at clarity. Now it's time to own that clarity and allow for your wishes and your dreams to come true. The star comes in the tarot after the Tower. Now the Tower is sudden disruption and chaos. It can be. This could be a Tower moment that has happened in the past, and this could be something that has happened a long time ago, that now you're finally starting to believe in. This is saying that you're starting to believe in yourself, Gemini. This is what Spirit is saying. This is not necessarily the meaning of the card, but this is exactly how I have to read. But this is hope, right? After a tough time, let's say, this is hope after a tough time. This is Aquarius, so I would say look to see where Aquarius is at in your chart, in your natal birth chart. That will give you a little more insight. And the Sun, look at this. I mean, it's just, the world is opening up for you, Gemini. And just put your arms out to receive. This is your time just to spread your wings and go to some unknown place. And just trust. Just trust. It'll be a little bit of a balance here, trying to go between your thoughts, because you can talk yourself in and out of anything. So maybe you just let the mind receive the gift, and then let your intuition guide the gift. Very interesting. All of these are very spiritual so far. So Gemini, that is your reading for the week of July 5th. We will move on to Cancer. Hello, Cancer. How are you? Happy birthday, Cancer. Yes, Cancer. King of Swords again. Cancer holds the birthday of the United States. Yeah, that's pretty big. New Jersey, where I live, holds the birthday of Sagittarius. New Jersey is Sagittarius, December 18th. So wherever state you live in, you might want to see when that state was incorporated. Be interesting to know the astrology of your state. But Cancer, you have King of Swords, right? So straight out, rising straight to the top. You're not wasting time. You're going right to the top level. So we just have the King of Swords, one card face down. We'll see what else comes out for Cancer. On the root of the deck, Cancer for you, Ace of Cups. Look at that. Holding your heart in your hands, feeling into your love, your intuition. But let's see what the other cards hold for you. King of Swords, which you just had. Ten of Cups. And Justice. So I would say look to see where Libra is at in your chart. This is Libra energy. So this is balancing. This is balancing your heart and your head. Balancing your logic with your intuition. Now, if I can remember this quote, I said it in the last video. Albert Einstein said, the intuitive gift, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift. Right? The intuitive mind is a sacred gift. The rational mind is its faithful servant. We have created a society that has honored the servant and forgotten the gift. Okay. I'll probably forget that later on. It's my favorite quote. So this is balancing your heart. Right? Holding your heart in your hand. Balancing your intuition and your logic. Because we need logic, right, in this world, in this human space, to kind of see like where we're going. But it's your intuition, Cancer, that is going to create the life that you want, that is going to fill you emotionally and bring all your dreams into fruition. And it's a balancing pose. It's a balance, right? And sometimes we move through it through our logical sense with our eyes wide open. And when we go into our intuitive self, our eyes are closed, cutting off the exterior, the outside world, and moving into your inner world. So playing around with how you feel when your eyes are open and you see the outside world. And most of us are really comfortable with that because this is what we know. But when you close your eyes to your inner world, that's when you find yourself, Cancer. That's where you find you. And that's where you find the path to this. Whatever this means for you, this is like the happy family, wishes fulfilled, a beautiful home life. I mean, everything under the rainbow is available to you now. So let these things rise to the surface. I would say, especially since Mercury is retrograde in your sign, if some things from the past make their way up, and this could be things that you were not able to make a decision on, or things that just did not feel aligned with you, close your eyes and just ask for a sign. Sometimes that's all I do. I just ask for a sign. Maybe your sign will be, if you see a rainbow, maybe your sign will be the scales of justice. Maybe your sign will be one of the winged creatures on here, right? Maybe your sign will be a boat. When I ask the universe for a sign, I generally always say, please make it a sign that I can fully see and understand, that I know this is it. Like when I went to New York City last week, and we went to Strawberry Fields. I think I mentioned this last time. I got the watercolor, the John Lennon Memorial, and I could feel, like, you know how when spirit is around, like you kind of feel the chills and the hair stands up on the back of your neck and you feel the tingles. And then I kind of said to myself, like, if this is like John Lennon's spirit around here, like I need to know for sure, like. And then I think I said this. There was an artist who was selling his paintings, and there was a woman standing there, and right behind her there was a Canadian dime. And I know, like, he's not Canadian, he's from England. But on the Canadian dime is Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of England. It was heads up. Some people would say, oh, you know, that's just a coincidence. Oh, really? Really? For me, that's a confirmation. So, Cancer, whatever, ask for a clear confirmation and then accept it. Leo. How are my Leo friends? Leo, you are hosting Jupiter as your sister fire sign. I am so excited for you. So Leo, you're just roaring all over the place. So take this whole year to just roar it out. Let's see what this week, though, holds for our Leo friends, as Leo is fire, heat, and passion and energy. We still have Mercury retrograde that says, hold on, Leo. Just take a moment, slow down for a second. You know, get all the fires stirring, but we're not going to move forward just yet. So let's see what this week holds for our Leo friends. I just kind of love how these things fall into place. And the astrology kind of lines up. And you feel these things in you, and yet, you know, we always know, like, when it's time to move forward and when it's time to step back. But once Mercury stations direct, I just cannot even imagine what's going to happen. But this week, we are in retrograde, so let's see. Okay, that's too many cards, but we'll take this one, the one on top. I know we'll take them all. 5 cards, Leo, because I just cannot say no. King of Pentacles again at the bottom. You're building your dynasty, Leo. You're building your dynasty. And again, we talked about this before with business partners that were not really true and authentic for you. They were just in it for themselves, or they aligned falsely with you just to see what they could get from you. But that's done. You have the Lovers, you have the Sun, you have the King of Pentacles, you have 9 of Cups, you have Justice again. So I would say look to where Gemini is at in your chart. That's the Lovers, and I'll show you this. See where Libra is at in your chart. So you're building, Leo, I'm loving this reading, and I'll show you your cards in a second. You're building your and the word dynasty is coming in very, very strong. Now again, this is a general reading. Some of our Leo friends are going to go like, what the hell are you talking about? And some of you are going to go, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I am just hell-bent. I am building that dynasty because I have Jupiter behind me. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It is the planet of luck. So whatever it is that you work on, using the energy of Jupiter, right? It's going to make things happen. It makes anything happen, the good and the bad. So if you only concentrate on the things that do not work, then things that do not work will continue to grow. If you start to concentrate on the things that bring you joy, happiness, look at this, then there are the things that will expand. So again, we have the wolf, and he's got, on his pentacle is a pentagram, and there's like little fairy dust or pixie dust here. He's got his bookcases back here. This is all the education. This is everything that he has learned about himself, about life, about creating the life he wants, about the dynasty, becoming the teacher. A lot of wisdom behind here. You have like 9 of Cups. And she's literally jumping out of a treasure chest. Like you're on top of the treasure chest. You've already dug everything out of the soil, right? You've brought everything to the surface, and now, Leo, it is time to celebrate. Spread your wings. Look at that. The sun is illuminating her heart. She is just very free. All of her bowls or her cups are upright. That means you're in a place to receive. Justice. Like, things are finally turning in your favor. You have the sun. Again, look at these. Both of these cards. Oh, she's got a mala necklace, by the way, on her. Their arms are just spread out, right? Like, open your arms. Be ready to receive. Allow yourself. Just say yes. When I was in school, it was like, just say no. Now as an adult, it's like, yeah, just say yes. The Lovers. Again, balance, harmony. 2 cards of balance, both major arcanas. This is balance. This is harmony. This is some passion here. This is bringing, they're saying opposing forces together, but I don't feel like there's opposition. I feel like this is coming into the natural flow of how things should be going. And I say this all the time about this deck. It's one of my favorite decks. He must be the Gemini because she has a Sagittarius bow and arrow on her arm. So I may be looking to see where Sagittarius is at. This is like the ebb and flow of life is finally going in your direction. And look at the Knight of Wands. Again, there's a horse in the background. Of the horse means anything. Like, it's celebrating life. However it is you want to celebrate it. The torches are lit. The sky is on fire. You are on fire. The sun is beaming down on you. There's nothing that you cannot do right now, Leo. This is just the beginning. For this whole year, because you are hosting Jupiter, just get ready to expand, Leo. Just get ready. Your life is about to change in more ways than one. Leo, I love that for you. And let's move on to Virgo. Hello, Virgo. How are you? Let's see what this week of July 5th holds to our Virgo friends. I almost said July 7th. So if that means anything to any of our Virgos, that date means anything to our Virgos, just keep that in mind. You can let us know in the comments if you want. But Virgo, what does this mean? What does this hold for you? Let's see, shall we? Okay, Virgo, your cards are coming out in the middle of the deck today. And that's fine. Let's see. Virgo, on the root of the deck for you, Ace of Cups. Now, we just had that for Cancer, I think, in the same position. So holding your heart in your hands, like nurturing yourself. Okay, yeah, 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 4 of Wands. You have 2 4s. So 2 cards about, setting your foundation. So, yeah. Ace of Cups. So being tender with yourself this week, Virgo. Holding your heart in your hand. Maybe in a little protection mode because you have the 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. So 4 of Swords is, if she's resting and her heart is outside of her. So you may need to take a break. There could be something that you haven't been clear on or that you haven't been able to see a path forward, and you might need just to take a break and step back from things for a little bit. She's resting, and she's in a little nest, right? I love the depiction of this. It's a little bird nest where she's fully protected, and she feels really safe here. Safe because maybe she couldn't see which direction she was going. This could also be, after that you have the Four of Wands, so I think things are going to turn around towards the end of the week. Towards the end of the week. But Virgo, there's something you are not seeing. There's something here that you are not seeing, or that you haven't, maybe you have not wanted to see. Some of our Virgos, they may not want to see it, right? And it's not that you're refusing to see it. It could be that it's just a little too much to take on at this time, which is why you need to take a break. Step away. This is about your heart. So honoring, nurturing your heart space. Give yourself whatever love that you need. Like if your best friend was going through a similar thing or situation, like honor that space. Do for yourself what you would do for them. This could be something around home. You have the Four of Wands, and this is, the happy home. Look at this. Again, they're out there dancing. They're having a good time. The torches are lit. The tent is open. It feels like a circus out in the middle of the desert, right? Just having a great time. But there could be something around home that has this made you feel maybe a little insecure. And I don't know what that is. If this resonates with you, by all means, reach out. If you want to schedule a regular reading with me, we can do that. Underneath of that, you have, and this is the last card I'll pull, is the Fool. So if there's something around home, there is a new beginning coming your way, or a new journey. You could be moving. You could be selling your home. This could be a decision that you did not think you were going to be making, but it will be a decision that will benefit you greatly in the long run. So we can't quite see the future, right? So take a moment. You don't have to make any decisions yet. But I feel for some of our Virgo friends, this is around home. So let us know, Virgo. I'm going to leave it there. If I get any more on this, I will let you know. And I don't know what this is. I love this deck because there's a lot of hidden symbols, and maybe you can see this. On her pants, you see it looks like a little squirrel or something right here. So maybe it's telling you you need to tuck something away. So yes, for some of our Virgo friends, you may need to kind of squirrel away some money because there could be a change coming your way. Yeah. But I don't know who that's for. That's for someone very specific. So, but there's a change. And the change, although it may not feel good in the moment, it's going to lead to good things. So trust the process, Virgo. If you want a reading on that in your personal situation, let me know. We will move on to Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you? Welcome to your reading for the week of July 5th. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the celebrations. I'm in New Jersey, so I'm just 30 minutes from Philadelphia, and the 4th of July parade was canceled today because of the heat index. So a lot of towns, at least by me in my area, are canceling plans because it's just too hot for people to be out there, and you want to keep everyone safe. So Libra, if you're out there celebrating, celebrate safely. And let's see what this week holds for our Libra friends. And let's see. Okay. And sometimes these cards come out. Okay. 9 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Okay. On the root of the deck, 5 of Wands. So far you have 3 wands, 3 fire cards. So let's see. So let's see what this, pull the rest of the cards first, and then we'll see, Libra. 8 of Cups and the Hanged Man. So you have a decision to make, Libra. You have a decision to make, and you feel like you're conflicted about this decision. I'm going to take these in a slightly different direction today. You have the 3 of Wands and the Hanged Man. So together these are telling me that you have a decision to make. Like you've been so Libra, I feel like you've been contemplating this for a while. It's not something new into your place of awareness. I think this is something you've been contemplating for a while. The thing is, I feel like you moving away from a place that feels secure. For some of you, it could be a job, right? We have our jobs, we get paid on a regular pay scale, and that's what we know. I feel like there's a conflict there that either it's no longer aligned with you or it's no longer working for you. But you have a decision to make, and that decision is going to lead you in the direction of your own heart. So you're going to be walking away from something which is moving you towards something better. But there is a little bit of a conflict here because there's a sense of leaving a place of safety, if that makes any sense, Libra. Leaving a place of safety. So I'm feeling like this could be a job-related thing. It might not be. And again, this is a general reading. But again, this is something you've been contemplating for a while. It's not a brand new thought. It's something you've been thinking for a while. And it could be that whatever it is you're leaving or walking away from, it could be that it's just too chaotic, that there's too much put on you, and it feels like there's a circus going on, if that makes any sense. Like there's a bunch of people running around, but nothing is really getting done, or no one is taking responsibility for their part in the job, if that makes sense. What is the dream? What is the dream? You're ready to take the step, right? You're ready to take the step. And this is going to feel like, I wonder if some of our Libra friends are moving from what I would consider a societal job where you work for a company, moving to an entrepreneurship, moving out onto your own. This is coming around, although there's no money cards in here, there's no pentacles. This could be your home, but I really feel this strongly for some of our Libra friends that this is around career. Like you're going out as a solopreneur or doing your own thing. Because whatever has felt like safety, it's also been exhausting, if that's making any sense. The last card under here, and I'll stop here because I'll keep going. Page of Swords. I feel like you've been doing some research for a while, Libra, and that research is now it's time to act on it. And just one more under that, and I gotta stop. The Wheel of Fortune. You're starting to take control of your life. This is Sagittarius, by the way. See where Sagittarius is at in your birth chart. It feels like you're starting to take control because things are too chaotic. It's like a bunch of 3-year-olds running around with no supervision. This is what I'm picking up. They're running around with there's no supervision, and they're just all scattered all over the place. And although that may be considered like job security, you know what you're getting paid when you're getting paid. If that is what it is, it's exhausting. And you're ready to move away from the exhaustion. But you're doing so like you've been really thoughtful about this. This is not something you're not just slamming out the door saying, fuck you, I'm out of here. Or you might do that, but it's a very planned fuck you. Moving towards something that's more aligned with you, Libra. You are taking accountability for your life and you are turning the wheel in your direction. Very powerful reading, Libra. If you want to let us know what that is, you can put it in the comments, or you can keep it to yourself. But very interesting reading, Libra. And we'll move on to hello, Scorpio. How is Scorpio? Scorpio mastering this heat wave, at least in the east coast of the United States. We are hot. I'm sure a lot of the country is hot. So, and someone told me that a friend of theirs lives in England, and it's the temperatures are really hot there, much more so than they normally would be. So, let's see, Scorpio. How is this week unfolding for our Scorpio friends? Yeah, so your sister water sign, Cancer, has Mercury going retrograde. And just to let you know, Scorpio, Mercury will go retrograde in your sign next. The next time Mercury goes retrograde, it will be in Scorpio. So just to prepare you for that. And first card out, Eight of Pentacles. And if I'm not mistaken, although I don't always remember, but Scorpio, I think you got this in your weekly reading last week. Leading into that, oh my goodness. Leaning into that magic, tapping into your mystical skills. This sounds very familiar. So Scorpio, you can let me know if that was in your reading last week, if you watched. Eight of Pentacles, King of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. I mean, Four of Pentacles, not Queen. Four of Pentacles. Okay, Scorpio, so I'm just going to put it out this way. And this is not exactly what the cards mean. Sorry about that. This is not exactly what the cards mean, but this is what is coming up. It feels like you have been or were in a really tough spot where you weren't quite sure where a home was, or it was hard to afford the home that you wanted. Money may have been scarce. Money, or I don't want to make this up on, or the things that you need, the material things that you need in life to support you and get you through where you're going, feels like they were scarce, and you had to kind of like hoard on to things or hold on to things, because if you didn't, you would have nothing. This is coming in really, really strong, Scorpio. I don't know if this is for anyone in specific, or if this is just for general Scorpios, because I feel like it's somebody specific. And again, like, I don't know who watches the channel, if anybody, you know. But I feel like you've been through a time where resources, thank you, Spirit, where resources were not readily available. And you really had to kind of hold on to any resources that came to you because they were really hard to come by. It took a while to figure out. And now you're starting to go, oh, wait a minute. I've got it within me. Let me use the tools and the talent and my inner mystic and my inner psychic abilities to start to create what I want. And in doing so, you start to rise. So I would also see where Leo is at in your chart, Scorpio. And use this energy of Jupiter in Leo to create. You're alchemizing something great in your life. You're rising to the top of, they're saying the top of your field. I don't know what that means. If it is your career, or if you're becoming like a world mystic. For some of our Scorpion friends, you will be becoming leaders in the world of mysticism. Teaching people how to rise above the lack of resources. They're even telling me the word poverty. I don't know if that resonates, let me know. But rising above the lack of resources. How you used your intuition. Okay, throat chakra there. There must be some truth here happening. Your internal resources to create this passion and this sense of confidence and leadership. So you're moving definitely, Scorpio, into a leadership role. It's taken you a while to get here. You have been through some shit. You have been definitely without, and not just like little resources. It feels like for some of our Scorpio friends, You have been without necessary resources, almost life-saving resources. This is really intense, Scorpio. And Scorpios in and of themselves can be intense, but this energy is coming in very strong. Like you're overcoming this, Scorpio. You're getting past this. Now, Mercury's still in retrograde. So, but you might start seeing the glimmer, the light starting to shine as you lean into whatever talents you have within yourself. And again, this is all the lunar cycles, all the phases of the moon. If that resonates with you, chart the phase of the moon for yourself. But she's got her books and her candles, she's got her feathers, she's got her crystals, she's got flowers, she's got little potions that she's making. There's a lot of mystical work happening for our Scorpion friends. Very interested, Scorpio, to see how this plays out for you. Very interesting week. You're like the light is starting to shine for you. If you'd like to know, if you'd like to let us know, we'd be happy to receive your message. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Hello, Saggy. How are you? How are my sister Saggies doing? Our planet, Jupiter, is in Leo. We are just as excited as Leo. Although, in Jupiter, and right away, this card can't come right. Although we were just as happy with Jupiter and Cancer, right? Because it brought our focus to home and family and matters of the heart. And now it's bringing it out to our passions. And the first card out was the Eight of Pentacles, which we just had for Scorpio. So again, these, the zodiac, it goes very linear, right? So what happens in one sign will automatically transfer to the next. So let's see. Let's see, Sagittarius, what this week holds for you. And I'm always excited in mysticism. This card kind of flipped over a little bit, and I put it back in the deck, and here it is again, Page of Pentacles. So you're starting something new. Maybe a new business. Five of Swords here. Oh, gosh. Right? So it's not surprising that a lot of fives are coming out. Fives are like the fork in the road. Like you have a decision to make. And Five of Swords can be like mental confusion. It's like, oh, like what do I do now? Like where am I going? And me personally, I have been saying that myself. And I have the resources at my disposal, but it's hard to read for yourself. So anyway, Sagittarius, let's see what else here. You have the Eight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. What card is in the middle? Case of Cups. This is get out of your head. Just let go of external distractions, Sagittarius. The world will tell you what to do and how to do and what you should or should not do, because the world tells me all the time, you should not be reading tarot. And I say, well, then you should not be watching me. And get a little brassy in my old age. So, get out of your mind, right? Separate yourself. And that could even be closing your eyes and breathing, right? Separating yourself from the loops that play in your mind, and lean into your intuition. I mean, really, if you have the Eight of Pentacles, you have what it takes to create this. The word alchemy is coming up for you. Ace of Cups, this is literally following your heart. Page of Pentacles, you're creating a whole new, for some of our Sagittarius friends, this is a new career path. This is stepping away, or maybe not completely stepping away, but creating, okay, they're telling me creating a new message with what you're already doing. If that makes any sense. Either way, you're following your heart. You have everything within you. And you see like this little swirl of energy here. The heart is illuminated. Lean in. This is like your inner self. Everything you need is within you. You're creating something really new for yourself. And this could be that you're creating, for some of our Sagittarians, Not necessarily something new, but taking things that you already do and putting them together in a whole new way that maybe the world has not seen it done exactly that way. This is what Spirit is telling me. It's going to take a while. You're going to start to see the little flames now and the little hints of inspiration. So this is not the time to act, right? This is the time to just stand there. He's in tree pose for Vrksasana, which I love it. And he or she, and the eyes are closed, right? So lean in. This is a very internal experience. This is your heart and your soul. And let that guide you to what you already know within yourself, your inner wisdom, to put that out into the world. You're stepping away from this, and you're look at the difference between these two. Right? Stepping away from this. You want this. You want that, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, that is your reading. Let us know what inspiration comes your way. We will move on to Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. How are you? How are you doing after that full moon? I always feel good when the new moon and the full moon are in my sign, so I imagine you've been inspired. So, yeah, getting really grounded now that Cancer, your balancing sign, is receiving the Mercury retrograde. So let's see what's happening for our Capricorn friends the week of July 7th. Yeah, let's see. Okay, too many cards. Watch, those cards might just pop back out again, and that's fine. That's generally a sign that you should have just kept them, right? But let's see what's going to come out for Capricorn. There's two. Capricorn on the root of the deck for you. The Devil. What is pulling you away from yourself? And if you see here, there is the Devil really big, right? And there's a man here, but there's like strings, so are there strings attached to something to an offer that's been given to you? That's what's coming to mind. Are there strings attached? Is there something that almost violates your beliefs or the way you move through life or your life philosophies? But let's see. Knight of Swords. Three of Swords. Yeah. Eight of Cups. Okay. Libra just had this. There. All right. So I feel like you're breaking free from something, Capricorn. And this could be a love situation, but this is a very difficult breaking free moment for some of our Capricorns. Again, this is a general reading. But it almost feels like something that has been ingrained in you. This could be a familial situation where you realize maybe the family was very controlling, maybe there was narcissistic tendencies, or maybe the things that they told you were not true, and now you're finally realizing, oh my gosh, someone or something has been either controlling is a really, really hard word, or putting in so many conditions on me that maybe love was conditional instead of unconditional. Maybe there's rewards, their only recognition if you did something that they felt was good. You had to work extra hard to receive recognition for yourself, instead of just letting it be your birthright to be recognized for yourself. This feels like a really big breakthrough, or a break free is what they keep telling me. This is a break free moment. It feels like there's been some deception, some betrayal. But this Three of Swords, it feels like it's like a release, like you're finally freeing yourself. Like, when you've been through something and it's finally over, and you just have this big wailing cry, and let everything go, like you just purge out all those emotions because it's a cleansing thing. I feel like that's what you're going through, Capricorn. This is really intense. And again, this whole week is full of intensities. A Knight of Swords. It's like you're running away. Like you can't get away from the situation fast enough. Once you realize, you just cannot get away fast enough, and you're just planning your escape, or you're just planning your way forward, and you're not looking back. Same thing here, Eight of Cups. You're moving towards something that's for you. You are leaving the past. Whenever the back of the person is in the cards, this is how I read it. Doesn't mean everyone reads it this way. This is you're leaving the past behind. You're done. You're done with this, and you are done with this. And by this, I mean someone, and it could be like someone who's could have been very controlling, somebody who's always telling you what to do, when to do, how to do it. This could be work related. I get a really strong feeling for some of our Capricorn friends. This is familial related. You're not looking back. You're just, it's like once you leave the past, once you make your way forward and start to walk away or run, in his case, he's just full stride riding ahead. Right? His intuition is up here guiding him, like, here you go, just follow me. You don't need a whole lot. Here's your little getaway car, a little protection, and off and running, right? And she's just like, okay, now that I've gotten on here and I've moved far enough away, now I can take my time and lean into my heart. If this is making any sense, well, I'm talking a lot, Capricorn. This is a break-free moment. You're leaving all of it behind, and you're not taking any of this with you. Both of these figures literally carry the bare minimums. You're leaving nothing behind. You're leaving everything behind. You're not taking anything with you. This is a freedom moment, or the beginning of your freedom, Capricorn, whatever that is. Yeah, let us know. If you want help with that, Capricorn, please feel free to reach out. This is really an intense moment for some of us, for some of our Capricorn friends. We will move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, how are you? Happy birthday to the 4th of, well, happy 4th of July, America, but Aquarius, how are you doing? Right away, Tower moment. Are you celebrating if you're in the United States, the Independence Day? Are you having fun? Is it hot and juicy where you're at? It's hot and juicy here. I taught this morning, then I cleaned offices as well. I did that. And then I am home. Queen of Pentacles. Here you go. Look at that. Look at that. She is just like, her eyes are closed. This is confidence. She's just sitting there. Her eyes are closed. She has her pentacle in her hand. Like, she says, I am a self-made woman. I am just so comfortable. I've created the beauty all around me that I desire. And look, she's just completely surrounded by trees. So this could also be about getting out into nature. You have the Tower card here, so let's see what that is about. I'm telling you. Yeah. This is like almost like an eruption of all of a sudden this huge burst of insight, deep spiritual insight is like it's breaking through for you. This Tower moment is like this big eruption, like all of a sudden all the layers have peeled away, and it's like, oh my gosh, you have really clear vision, intuitive, psychic vision. This vision brings alignment. It's bringing vision. Life is about to change. Aquarius, life for you is about to change. Not only are you starting to own yourself and be really confident in who you are, but you're another sign who's going to be rising to the ranks. And if I'm not mistaken, a couple weeks ago, I thought that Aquarius was moving into a community leadership role, and this could very well be what's happening for you as well. There's a lot of harmony coming in, but this is coming through deep, intuitive, spiritual insight. Once that starts to happen, once you acknowledge that, things move very, very quickly. You, however, may not be waiting till Mercury retrograde is over for these changes to take effect. I feel like from some of our Aquarian friends, and especially if you were born during a Mercury retrograde, things are a little luckier for you, right? Things go a little easier because you're used to that energy of Mercury retrograde, of reevaluating things and reviewing, make sure you have everything covered. Things are about to move very quickly for our Aquarian friends. There is harmony, and the word peace is coming in. So there's a lot of peace and harmony coming your way. But this comes from whatever has been, and look, some of us can be blocked spiritually. For our intuition could be blocked for some reason or another. And whatever it is, something is going to clear that out. I don't know what that is, but you will know when it happens. Look at this. Such a beautiful depiction of just complete connection from you, the human you, to the spiritual divine you. And in that connection comes unity, comes confidence, and comes very quick action. Aquarius, that's your reading for this week. Yeah, very good. I love this for you. Let us know how that works. We will move on. Hello, Pisces. Oh, and Martini is here. She's like, this is not the day to read. Pisces, how are you? Welcome to your reading. And here she is. For the week of July 5th. Yes, Martini, I know. You're going to have to wait. Let's see what the cards hold for Pisces. Now she's giving you a face view. Say hi. Normally you see the back of her. So Pisces, what does this week hold for our Pisces friends? You're good, Martini. You say hi. Say hi. Yeah, say hi. That way. Say hi. She's like, no. Like kids, right? Cats want to be with you. Like when you're in my crystal spell, when you're in the middle of something, that's when they want your attention, right? Yeah, always. Okay, Pisces, one more card for you. We'll see what this week holds as Martini makes her way in. The root of the deck, Pisces, King of Pentacles. He's made a couple showings in this week's reading. So, yeah. Again, that dynasty, right? Like creating that life of comfort and stability, of nurturing. The sun has made its way this week as well. Yeah, so clearing out the confusion. You have the King of Pentacles. I'm sorry, am I in your way? This is where you're going, right? You've learned so much, and you've worked really hard. You're creating something really beautiful for yourself, and the sun is like, okay, now it's time to shine, Pisces. It's time to let yourself receive. It's time to say yes to you. Knight of Wands, yeah, it's time to have fun. Like for some of our Pisces friends, they've been through a long phase, like 10 to 12 years, a really, really long phase of the Eight of Swords, right? Feeling like they just can't get anywhere. Like they feel like they've been tied into place. Like they could not see the direction they're going. They feel like they've been closed off, like they've been stuck. They could have been stuck in their minds, or situations and circumstances could have kept them stuck. That's coming to a conclusion. Again, we have the Horse. She's got her wands going. Everything is lit up. It's time for you, Pisces, to say yes. It's time for you to shine, to say yes to you. You have been without, so very much like, who had the cards? Scorpio. I think it was, where they had a span of period where the resources were very limited. I feel like that was you as well, which is why the King of Pentacles is coming up and saying, that is done. You are no longer limited in your resources and in your finances and in your comfort and in your material needs. Like, that is done. You've lived through that. And you now see what you had to go through, right? What you went through. Now you're getting clear on exactly how deep that process was for you. And you're going, yeah, no more. You're saying yes to you. And you're saying yes to life and just having a good time again. Look at that orange fiery sky. She's dancing out there. The horse is dancing with her. It's like you're saying yes to life. It's kind of like you're not coming out of your shell. You're not in a shell. But it's kind of like you're starting to live again, Pisces. You're starting to say yes to new opportunities, to new adventures. The rest, like this is behind you. This is no longer you. You've taken off the blindfold. You're now starting to look up. And you see in that looking up, as soon as you look up, the sun shines. The sun has made a lot of appearances today. That's very unusual. So even if the sun did not come up in your reading, know that the overarching, the cards that have come up the most, even if they were not in your sign, is an overarching energy of the reading. So take this, even if it's not in your own sign. I mean, this, Pisces. And you deserve it. Celebrate you, celebrate life, say yes to everything. We are in a yes phase, right? We've said no, right? We're always taught to be no, say no, be polite. No, we're done with that. We're saying yes. We're saying yes to us. We're saying yes to life, to new opportunities. We're saying yes to the unknown. Everyone, that is your reading for the week of July 5th. If you get anything out of this video, maybe subscribe to the channel, maybe hit the like button. Share this with with someone who is also inquisitive about this type of work, about astrology, about intuition, about psychic abilities, about tarot, about mysticism. Share this with a fellow seeker. And until next time, happy birthday, America. Send you light and love.